Welcome everyone to tonight's meeting of the East Grinstead Town Council Planning Committee. Should be a fairly prompt meeting, I think, tonight. First item is public participation. Do we have any public participation?
There's no public.
Nope. Can I have apologies for absence, please, Town Clerk?
And we've had apologies from Mrs. Mockford and also from Councillor Belsey, who both have personal commitments.
Thank you.
We are expecting the town hall.
Thank you. Item number 3 is to receive the minutes held on the meeting of the 30th of May. Hello, Tamara. Can I propose those? Can I have a second for those?
I'll second those.
Any comments on those at all?
No.
No. In that case, have a show of hands to adopt those minutes. Thank you. Item number 4 is to receive members' declaration of interest. Let's start and go around this way.
Just say on the district planning committee for district council, should any applications come for that committee in the future.
Thank you.
Myself also a member of the district planning committee, and again reserve the right to change timeline on the application should new information, analyses, etc. come to our attention.
Thank you.
You turn on?
I'll give you a check. It is. Yeah, it is.
Like, yes, you do. Anybody else?
No.
No. I also TBH. Item number 5 are my announcements. I haven't had anything other than the meeting with Welbeck Homes has been put back as they have to do more work. They were going to have a public exhibition, but this has now been cancelled with the intention to reschedule after the summer holidays. Number 6 is the MSDC SADPD Inspector's Report. The final report has now been received by the inspector with a number of main modifications for the district to accept if they wish to move to the next stage of the adoption process. The report can be seen. There's a link in the minutes. At this point, it's for the committee to note only. MSDC are looking to adopt the DPD SA on the 29th of June. The district held a briefing for parishes last week for the work on the updated district plan. 10 policies will remain without change. 16 need minor updates and 11 need major updates to remain in compliance with the NPPF. The current guidance says there's no requirement to update a neighbourhood plan, but if we do, there should be no allocation of sites, and it should be a policy. And it should be policy driven, which is how the EGNP was written. It needs some review, but should wait until the district plan is complete in order to conclude with that plan. So if we could just note that, committee. Share my screen. So item number 7 is protected tree applications. We normally take these on block to refer to the tree officer. So I propose that we do that. Can I have a second for that? We're going to go in the room for some comments. There has been a comment passed by Councillor Mockford, who isn't here tonight, but she, in her role from East Grinstead in Bloom, is very concerned about the felling of a large number of trees on Coombe Hill Road. It's an excessive amount of felling, and unless they are all very dangerous and very dead, then she sees no reason why they should be felled. Any other comments from any of the other ones? Councillor Scott.
Just one, really. Do we know why an oak tree is going to be felled and replanted? There must be a reason. It must be rotten if it's going to be replanted. But surely, how long does a replant take to grow?
A long time.
I know, that's what I mean. Is there a real good reason why that tree is gone? Could it be not cut? I don't know. It never tells us why. It just says it's going to be felled and replanted.
I think we're always with an oak. It needs to be felled. Only have it felled.
But
I would only support it being felled if it was very dangerous
I think so, yeah.
property and life, or heavily diseased.
Yeah.
Any other comments at all? I show of hands to adopt those comments.
Yeah.
Thank you. Item number 8 is the main part of the meeting. We're going to start with DM 22-1574, which is the Queen Victoria Hospital. You okay with how this all works? So myself and Councillor Favor shall leave the room. Give us a shout when you're done. Okay.
DM 22-1574, Queen Victoria Hospital. Construction of 2-part single, 2-part story new operating theatre suites with plant room at first floor and a plant room between the 2 theatre suites. On the portal of the environmental health want a few more assurances on the noise from the plant, but are mostly okay. And also the drainage officer also has some questions too. There was a comment from Councillor Mrs. Mockford with regards to potentially adding solar panels to those units, and also rainwater harvesting as well, which I think would be a great idea to put into comments. Has anybody? Where's Ashplat? So Danny's the only one, isn't he? Rex, do you want to? Is there any comments that you would like to start with?
No, other than there have been previous applications for you to go for a similar extension for theatre operation. Clearly, it's critical to the hospital operations, serious capital investment. Unless there are any major objections on the portal, the board is very supportive of the hospital and what they're trying to do and their forward planning. So, yeah.
I don't think there's any other comments.
I'm supportive.
Yeah, great. So, with the proposal is to approve.
I just want to say that
So,
because it's the Queen Victoria Hospital and they want a new theatre there, I just wouldn't even know where to turn around and say I can't accept it. Because it's so important to the community, it's so important to the hospital.
yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the questions from the environmental health about the noise are quite valid, because it is quite close to houses, but equally, I think that
The public benefits far outweigh.
absolutely.
And if they consider it to others,
So we're considered to approve unless anybody else.
absolutely.
All those in favour? Great, well done. Thank you very much.
Didn't get to use your pointer, so.
Meeting. Didn't meeting.
Well done, guys. So we move over to town for a nice interesting one, which is DM 22-1629. This is London Road Byron Grill, 60-62 London Road. This is proposed retractable roof cover above external seating area. So this is, you all know, London Road Byron Grill on London Road. This is the restaurant. To the rear of the restaurant, I think there might be there was a courtyard just here, which they want to cover with this retractable roofing, which looks a bit like that. I imagine it's very similar to unrated company with Tunbridge Wells Bar and Grill. We've got one.
Yeah.
So that's what I imagine it's going to be like. This is town ruled, so Councillor Scott.
I looked at this, there was a lot of problems with them trying to seat out the front and the lay-by and the seating areas. So to take it behind the building, out of the public view, and to have it covered, which would, I would actually support this.
A second for that. Any other comment on this at all?
Yeah, I would say, I think that CGI area is quite as large as that CGI suggests.
This is This is what the canopy will look like,
Yeah.
not what the actual space will look
Yeah,
like.
I would say Pizza Express in town have got a similar sort of conservatoire kind of glass building at the back,
They have, yeah.
and that's in a conservation area. So I'll just make that comment.
Yeah.
But
I think these are great because one in Tunbridge Wells is fantastic because you can open it up on a nice summer's day and leave it outside, or you can close it over. So it gives much more than, it's much nicer, I think, probably to sit back there than sit in the lay-by.
So
Absolutely.
just a question is, so that when they were at the Olive Grove prior to Byron Grill, they had a little seating area at the back. I'm guessing they've purchased additional bits of land because this looks hugely bigger to what that area was. It looks like they purchased the plot behind the other shop.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think this area here
Was where the courtyard
was the courtyard was, and they must have acquired this extra. Because actually, if you look at it in relation,
They
that
probably come with the shop next door.
possibly, which
Yeah,
they required,
without a doubt.
which, so if you look at that space,
Yeah.
the actual restaurant bar area, there's a
Off the
bar.
side, yeah.
It's not a bad size.
No, it's a good size. I was just curious as to, I think as Councillor Whittaker said, it's
Yeah, the only concern I had really as a concern was external noise.
there residential flats above them.
There are. But then again, it's a residential flats above, in the centre of town, above restaurants, there's going to be noise. It's a lot less noise there was when there was Martins across the roads.
Behind his boots anyway.
Is there going to be, again, it's not a planning thing, but is there going to be separate licensing?
There will be separate
conditions that
licensing
have to go against that
conditions,
external?
yes, very much so, yes.
Can I just clarify with the location of that? Where is the Boots car park in relation to that? Does that
Much
I'm
further
trying to
around,
remember,
isn't it?
is it?
It's further round, much further round.
I can't picture
The
it.
Boots car park to the left, and then the post office car park to the right, I think it is, to the rear. So it's
There.
Yeah.
Back onto there, so this is the courtyard area here. Here.
That's Boots car park behind it, isn't it?
Which type of?
This is, I
Post
actually
office.
think, no, that's the post office,
This must be the Boots one there.
yeah,
Backs onto it.
split,
Okay,
yeah.
got you. Yeah. And then
So it is car parking behind, so yeah. Actually, I don't think the noise is in the real issue to that. is it?
anyway.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
Party wall.
I think, yeah, like I said, licensing isn't our area, but obviously, yeah, just be interesting to sort of. That is probably a condition. Maybe that it's not open or the roof has to be closed at certain hours to keep the noise in.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Okay, can I show of hands? Just. Okay, so this is DM 22-1698, Little Hayholt High Road. This is erection of 2 3-bed semi-detached dwellings with associated parking and access from the Holt High Road. So it's slightly harder to get the bearings on with the maps they've sent, if I'm really honest. This is the original property, and its garden is, this is the whole plot, which they're going to divide. This is the proposed new dwelling. So although it is 2 houses, it's a semi. Again, these maps here, they really don't add much further to it from even if we zoom right in on this tiny map, it kind of shows a little bit more of the Holt High Road and its location, but not huge amounts, unfortunately. But this is the proposed elevations, and this is the land. I've actually got some more pictures here that show so this is the main road here. This is the land. That's the forecourt and land, and that's the existing dwelling. So this is Ash Flats. So, what would you like to say?
Thank you, Chairman. This property is within the A and B. And I think this proposed development will not significantly affect the area. It's not overbearing, it's in keeping. And there is privacy, no privacy issue there, and it's away from the street scene. The only thing that I'm concerned to are two issues, the highway issues. You know that this is a 30 miles per hour, main road. It's busy, and I'm just concerned about the access in and out. There should be a proper layout to have a friendly pedestrian, access to that area. And another thing is the trees. The trees should be protected. They need to protect the trees and even plant trees to enhance or protect the biodiversity of the area. But aside from that, in terms of the development, is okay for me. Aside from the two issues that I'm concerned.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a second for that proposal? Councillor Whitaker. Any further comment on this? So there is actually a highways report that does say that, isn't there, that says that they want to have better displays and better provision for, so the traffic survey, I think is basically, they need to see more. So I'd be happy to support the application subject to
The highway and
a highway,
the trees as well.
the requirements being met for that. But yeah, apart from that, I think it's probably quite a good plot. For quite a nice little house, it's quite nicely designed.
I think it would improve the area. There's enough parking provided, yes, cycle parking provision as well.
I think because it is in the 30-mile-an-hour zone, cars are going slower. So it's not like it's on the fast bit of the road people pulling out on, it is on the 30.
The only thing I'd say, it's not planning reasons, to be honest. I think it's come by the quality. It's just disappointing to see another garden, another house being built on a garden within the town. But I think it seems compliant with policies that are relevant. And as you say, I support it subject to the relevant transport visual display that are being done in the access.
Okay, Peter, can I have a show of hands to support them? Thank you. Right, last one of the night is Keller Nash flats, DM22 1789. This is 71 Blackwell Farm Road. This is proposed 2-storey extension to rear elevation and new porch to front elevation. The reason this is really in is because it is quite a sizable extension. So this is and it's got the front extension. This is the current property. This is the pink boxes, is the proposed new bits. This is the current front and rear. It's proposed new rear extension. Great. This is Aplats again, so Councillor Hall.
Yeah, this is, yes, I agree, it's a big development, but in proportion to the big area at the back, the garden, and also at the plant, it is within the property, and it's not including to the neighbors, and there's no privacy issue, and I don't have any problem with this.
Now a second for that. Any other comment on this at all?
Guessing the top window, the side facing is opaque. I know it looks like it's a high level, so it's either opaque or.
I actually think the porch at the front is a vast improvement. I think I like the way they stepped this back here, so it doesn't go right up to the edge for the neighbour. There's no objections on the porch, the neighbours. So
A lot of those houses have got those porches as well now.
in that case, can I have a show of hands? Thank you. Well done, committee. That is 1919. The next meeting is on Monday, the 11th of July. You will be in the very safe and capable hands of Councillor Odie, as I will be unavailable for that meeting, as will the town clerk. So we will have and Harry as well. So you will be moving to the A team from the B team, Julie and I. So good luck on that meeting, guys, and we'll see you then. Thank you.